Hey.
Hey there.
I'm not saying hey to you.
Oh.
I'm saying hey to them. So you just stay over there and stay in your lane. Okay. Welcome back to our channel. And if you're new to the channel, we are...
I'm Tom.
And I'm Marquita.
And we're destined to explore.
Absolutely. And go ahead.
And we travel the country in our fifth wheel trailer that's behind us. A lot during the winter months. We make these videos for friends and family and anybody else that wants to follow along.
Great. So we take you on our journeys and we look at national parks and fun places and that kind of stuff. So
and also some product reviews and install kinds of things.
Yes.
And things like that as well.
So we do top product reviews. Tom does videos on modifications and updates and DIY kind of maintenance things for the rig and sometimes the truck.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So that's what we do. That's who we are. And we think that you're going to be so excited about what you're about to see that you're going to want to hit that like button. You're going to hit it right there.
It really helps us out if you like and subscribe. So.
Yes. So you're going to want to like it. You're going to want to subscribe to it. And if you really want to not miss an episode, then ring that bell and you'll get notified whenever we release an episode.
Yes.
So back to our journey. We are in season 3 of going to Florida, and we're about to head to the Florida Keys. Never been there.
Never been there. I'm kind of excited to go.
Yeah. Don't really know what to expect, except what was the weather app today?
Oh well, it's supposed to be raining when we get there.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that turns out. We've never had to set up in the rain before. But it shouldn't be a big deal. I'd rather be setting up in the rain than trying to put everything away in the rain. So,
yeah, we're hoping it's just a little sprinkle.
Yeah,
that's what we're thinking. Well, on with the episode. Enjoy the journey to the Florida Keys with us. What's going on, Tom?
We're setting up in a monsoon.
In a monsoon. Hold on. I gotta get my... Oh my gosh. We just arrived in Sunshine Key. It's a lie! It's not Sunshine. We're trying to do our checklist. Got our checklist. Say?
I said it's not raining.
Not raining into the cab?
Cab, no.
Yeah. Alright. This is our campsite. And it's raining to beat the band. Whoops. Whoops.
Do you want to hold it on here for a second?
I don't know what I just did.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I had my hand... Okay.
Can you hold that and I'm going to get this other on the line over here?
Okay. Do it fast!
I think that's good. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, hop in.
Okay. Whoops. Need this. What? Jiminy Christmas. Okay. It's raining badly. This is our view at Sunshine Key. I think I even have a water spot on the... There we go. Sunshine Key, where we had to set up in the rain and then strip down to our undies to dry out.
Well, that was fun.
Yes. Just this morning you were saying. What was it you were saying?
I'd much rather be doing this when we're getting here.
Then hooking up, yeah, because
Yeah.
we can decide what we want to hook up. So
We can decide where we hook up. We can. I mean, we're not getting into the truck soaking wet with no place to change.
right, good point. Fun times in nice hair. Fun times in Florida. So it was pouring down rain when we got here, and it continued to pour down rain like a tropical storm. And so I don't know if you can see this, but the street. We actually have beachfront property right now in this place. But the funniest thing is, that is not a pond over there that the kids are playing in. That's actually just a grassy field that is so deep those kids are up to their butts in water. So when it rains in Florida, it pours. We are currently at the Sunshine Key RV Resort, and it's on a key called Ohia Key. We chose it basically for a couple of reasons. Three reasons. First one is location. It's located halfway between Key Largo and Key West, and so we felt like it wouldn't be such long drives to go to those ends of the Keys if we wanted to do that. So that's reason one. Reason two was that it was available. One of the things that's really hard about traveling to Florida is that it's very hard to find RV resorts.
Particularly between January and March, it's very difficult, which is why we're here in November and December.
Yeah, to get something, you have to start at least 6 months and sometimes a year out, but they don't even take reservations sometimes a year out. So if you're planning a trip to the Keys and you want an RV, plan it in advance and plan to open up your wallet and spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
We discovered that the RV resorts in Florida are probably at least double, sometimes triple what we paid for RV resorts in Arizona and Texas. So just so you know, so since we've been here, we have had the opportunity to go to Key West.
One of the things that we did was we brought our e-bikes down there. We parked the truck at a shopping area that's kind of on the outskirts of Key West. And we did a bike tour of Key West, which worked out really well. What I did for Key West was I went and I looked at a lot of the, more famous sites that you would see around Key West. I think I came up with a dozen or more of them. And basically what I did was I mapped those out on Google Maps. I would add a destination, and when I looked at those sites, I added them in the order that we would see them in kind of a logical circle, going, I guess, kind of counterclockwise. Either way would work on the island. And so what I did was I created a number of destinations in Google Maps, and then we used the Google Maps bicycle routing to route ourselves around Key West, and that worked out really well. It keeps you off of the busy roads, it puts you on bike paths and trails, and keeps you on more quiet side streets. So that was a really great way to go and see a lot of Key West, tour Key West, without having to drive around and try and find parking at every place you went. There is the southernmost part of the U.S., continental U.S., but you can't get there because that's part of the Navy base. So the part that you can get to is right here, and then that is the line over there of people to get in to get their picture taken by it. So that's that.
It was a great place to visit, and it was very quaint when we were biking through it. So, and I think there's a lot to see and do if you like museums, and there was a Coast Guard boat tour and things like that. One of the things that we did out of Key West that was spectacular was our visit to the Dry Tortugas. We're going to share that with you right now.
So we're at the Dry Tortugas National Park, Fort Jefferson. Out here for the day. Took the
the Yankee Freedom Ferry.
Yankee Freedom Ferry. So one of the pro tips, if you're visiting, you can fly a plane, which is a great and rather expensive way to come.
A seaplane.
Seaplane, or you can take the ferry. We opted to ride the ferry. Had what they called a very sporty ride out here because there was a lot of wind and pretty big swells, so we had quite the ride.
It was rather rough. We had a few people were...
A number of people, they were trying to manage the
barf bags.
Barf bags, running with those through the boat.
And ginger ale.
And ginger ale, yep. But one of the advantages of taking the ferry is they do offer a little 20-minute or so history talk on the fort, and then if you can continue on with that, they do like a little bit of an extended tour to talk more about the history of the fort, and that was actually quite interesting to hear all the history and the stories of the fort. And things like that. So,
and our tour guide is actually one of the crew members on the boat we came out on, the Yankee Freedom. His name was Hollywood. Boy, he was a great storyteller.
And one of my favorite parts about this national park is actually the fort that's surrounding us right now. And I hope you don't think that this is your average size fort. This is a massive fortification. This is actually the third largest of the third system of fortifications built by the United States in the 1800s. Not only is this the third largest fort that our country built, it is also the most powerful fortification the United States built. This fort is designed to house 420 or more cannons, more than any other fortification in its time frame. It is the sheer size and power of Fort Jefferson.
You know, he brought the history of this place to life, both in funny anecdotes, but the wealth of knowledge and the detail about how many cannons were in this fort. Anyway, I personally think this is a very interesting thing to do. You either have to come by ferry or seaplane, but I think it's worth it, and it's very fascinating. And if you come by ferry, get on one where Hollywood's going to be doing the tour, because he's really good and tells great stories. So.
And probably the most important part of coming here and visiting is we get to go back and fight each other to see who's going to scratch off the Dry Tortugas on the National Park poster.
Yeah. We'll have to see who does that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who's going to get there first? I don't know. It's a misfire.
I do have the keys to the camper.
I do have the ability to trip you on the way in. All right, so if anything else exciting comes up, we'll share it with you. But otherwise, it's on to the next thing that is Florida for us this year. So it is National Park scratch-off time. And we are going to, because we went...
To the Dry Tortugas.
To the Dry Tortugas.
Do I get to go?
Yeah. Okay, that's good. What are we trying to do?
Trying to see Fred the tree lit up for Christmas.
Okay, Fred the tree is an Australian pine that voluntarily grew on the old
7 Mile Bridge.
Yes, nobody goes across that bridge anymore.
Yeah, you can't get to Fred the Pine.
No, and he's been there for at least 15 years, and people come out at Christmas time and decorate him. So we are going to try to get a picture of Fred the Pine.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I'll decorate it up. It's dark, so who knows?
We don't know.
We'll show you what we find. The other thing that we've done spent some time doing here is kayaking. And I would say that I found the kayaking, while I enjoyed it, I found the opportunities to be limited.
Yeah, so if you're...
Other than just, if all you want to do is kayak on the ocean.
Yeah, so hands down, the best place that we found to go kayaking was Boot Key off of Sombrero Beach.
Which is on Marathon Key.
Yep, there's some mangroves that you can kayak through there, and we couldn't find any maps basically telling you where to go, but if we could insert a little map here to show where we went, kind of follow the flows of the current from the tide, in and out of the mangroves, you can basically find another way out. So you can actually do a loop through the mangroves and have a really nice paddle there.
Yeah, as you can see from the video, we were doing the mangrove limbo through some of those tight spaces with our kayak. So got a good about hour long paddle for that day.
Yeah.
But we had some lovely paddles and we had some lovely bike rides.
Yep.
So all in all, our trip to the Keys was very relaxing. We got to do some lovely things that we wanted to do. There was definitely some paddling and some biking. It got us out of the winter. So the Keys, would you go back?
I'm glad that we came, and we enjoyed our time here. But I think this is enough.
But highly recommend it, especially for people with families. If you want to go on a jet ski tour or a snorkel tour or
Fishing trip.
and we definitely recommend the Dry Tortugas, although it can be spendy.
Yeah.
So that's our review of our trip to the Keys. Thanks for joining us. We are headed out from here in the next few days, and we'll be heading to another different RV resort, and we will share with you what we experienced there as well.
Yep.
In the meantime, don't forget, if you really enjoyed this, and how could you not, you need to hit that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you at the next episode.